I hope you are doing fine this time. Let me take this opportunity to welcome you back to our music lesson. Today's lesson, due to demand uh, of my followers, they have demanded that I touch on the grouping of music notes. Also, we'll be focusing on 3/4 time, grouping of music notes in 3/4 time. So let's start. Now, first, we need to have the concept of grouping of notes. What's grouping of notes? So we find that grouping of notes is the process of joining notes with tails or hooks together to form beats. Note grouping is also known as note beaming. Remember, as a teacher, as a learner, you are supposed to know some parts of a note. So one of the part of a note is that part of tail, the part of tail which we'll be using to group or to join or to beam the notes together. Also, you find that in music, notes with smaller values are often grouped or beamed into beats, corresponding to the time signature given there. And tails of quivers are often joined together to form beats. And when you join two quivers together, you'll be forming a crochet beat. So that's the concept we are supposed to have in mind before we start grouping of notes. So let me take you through this area of symbol time because we'll be using symbol time. So, what is symbol time in music? Is a time signature where each beat can be divided into two equal parts. A time signature where each beat can be divided into two equal parts. Example, we have there, as you can see, 2/4, which means two beats per bar or measure. We have 3/4, which stands for three beats per bar or per measure. Then we have 4/4, which means we have four beats per bar or per measure. And today's focus, I want us to focus on the second part, that is 3/4, three beats per bar or per measure. So in all this, we find that the crochet is usually one beat. The crochet is usually one beat. So keep on mind on that because we'll be using the bottom number 4. And as you can see, I have placed there the concept of the 3/4 2/4, the meaning of that time signature. So it's good you have that knowledge of that time signature, what it stands for, the bottom number and the upper number. That's the denominator and the numerator, what they stand for when you are referring to time signature in music. Now, why group notes? Why group notes? That's a question that maybe a learner will ask you, teacher, why do we group notes? So I have here some three reasons why we are grouping notes. And grouping notes will help us to show the beat clearly, to show the beat. That music piece is written in which beat. Then also it makes music easier to read. It will make the music easier to read. As you read it, you are interpreting it very easily. Then it keeps the rhythm organized. A grouping of notes will keep the rhythm organized. So those are the three reasons why we group musical notes. Then we have these key grouping rules. When you are grouping musical notes, which are some of the rules as a teacher, as a learner, as a music lover, you are supposed to keep in mind before grouping the musical notes. The first rule is that group notes by the beat, by the beat. So the beat you have been given there, if it's 4, if it's 3 or 2. So shorter notes like that is quiver and semiquiver should be beamed within one beat. So they should be beamed. Don't leave them alone. Beam them so that you can come up with one beat of them. Then rule number two, don't beam across beats unless it's for special rhythmic effect like syncopation. So don't beam across beats. Then the last rule is that use rest properly and show silence within the beat or half beat. So those are some of the three rules that we are supposed to observe when grouping the notes. And I have example that I want us to go through. And the first example, as I have displayed it there, you can go through it. There, there we have been told to join the tails of the quivers in the rhythm. below part A. I have done part A there, part A. So we are going to join them. As you can see, we have the crochet, we have two quivers there in the first bar, and we have a crochet. So there we are going to join the two quivers to form a crochet. In the second bar, we have two quivers which are not joined. We have a crochet, and we have two quivers which are not joined. So we are going to join the first two quivers, and then we join the last two quivers also to form uh, two crochets there when you join them, and that bar, it will be complete by joining the tails to make, or beaming the tails to make a crochet bead. As you can see, part B, we have two quivers in the first bar or the first measure, two quivers, then crochet bead. So there we have been told to join the tails. So we are going to join the tail of the two quivers to form a crochet, so that we can come up with the three beads of a crochet in the first bar. When you go to the second bar, as you can see there, we have the first beat is a bit of a crochet. The second one is also a bit of a crochet. The second one, we have a bit of the third one, and the fourth one, they are beats for a quiver. So we are going to join the two tails of the two quivers to come up with one bit of a crochet, so that that music can be complete according to the time signature we have been given there. So can you try to work out the part C of that question, part C of that question, as we go to question number 2? Try to work it out and let me see your response there. So we have question 2. Question 2, we are being told to join the tails of 6 quivers in the rhythm below. So I'll work question A and you will try to work out question B. So question A, the first bar is complete. It's well balanced, three crochet beads in each bar. When you go to second bar, there we are supposed to join or beam those crochets. So you can beam two, or you decide you beam all of them together. So I have used beaming of two to come up with 3 crochet beads, whereby 2 quivers have been joined together, and that melody or that bar will be complete by joining or beaming the required notes together. So can you work out part B, and let's see how you will work it out. Now, let's go to question number 3. And question number 3, we have been told there to add bar lines to group the following rhythm correctly. Remember to put a double bar line at the end. So at the end of every music beat, you are supposed to put there a double bar line to show that that rhythm or that music is complete. When you don't put there the double bar line, it means that that music or that piece of music is incomplete. So make sure you put there the double bar line so that the music is complete. So I'll work out the first part, and you will assist me in working out the fourth part. So there we have been told to add bar lines, and the time we have been given there is 3/4. 3/4. That means we are supposed to have 3 crochet beads in each measure. So the first one is a crochet, correct? The second one is a crochet, and the third one, there are 2 quivers which have been beamed together to form one crochet. So I'm going to put there my bar line there. Then we have 1, 2, 3. Again, I put there my bar line, as you can see there. We have 1, 2, 3. That rest is rest for a crochet. So I'll put my bar line between the two rests there. Then we have the rest and a minimum, which makes up the 3 crochet beat in that bar. And that's how you group music notes, either by adding bar lines or beaming the notes, the tails together. Now, here I have some tips for teachers and students. And the first tip you are supposed to follow: always check the time signature first. The time signature you have been given. Maybe the time signature is telling you to have 2 crochet beads in each bar, or 3 or 4. So make sure before you start grouping, you check on the time signature given first. Then break the bar down by beats, not just note values, by beats. Here we are using beats and not just note values. So check on that one. And lastly, Use correct beaming and rest placement to show rhythm clearly. As number three, as the question number three have done, where we have used rest. So make sure you use correct beaming and rest placement to show rhythm clearly. And that's the end of our topic today on grouping of notes. If you have any question, please leave it under the comment section and I will attend to it. Thank you, and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel as we continue growing and learning music and Kiswahili lesson in CBC in CBE. Thank you, and may God bless you.